of the most successful teams in the history of CONCACAF Champions Cup battle with one spot in the final on the line. It's the second leg of the semifinal between Pachuca and Club América, and from Estadio Hidalgo in Pachuca, I'm Joe Malva, happy to have you along for this one. These two teams met to a 1-1 draw in that first leg, and everything is on the line now with the final in touching distance. A reminder of how these clubs got here. Pachuca was able to get through rather easily in their opening round, and then beyond that into the quarterfinal. Did not have much pushback. Club América in similar fashion. Club América were able to dominate against New England, against Chivas, and against Real Estelí in their opening round as well. So dominance from Club América having to come through that first round. And on the other side, Pachuca coming through after a bye in that first round. Two different paths to get here, but both arrive at the same destination here in the semifinal. Last week, again, it was a 1-1 draw. The opening goal scored by Alex Deossa at home at Estadio Azteca for Club América. And from there, they tried to see it through, pick up the victory, come here to Estadio Hidalgo with the advantage, but it was not meant to be, because in the 40th minute, Andres Micolta scored the equalizing goal. 1-1 from the 40th minute onward. It's how we arrive to today. 1-1 here again in the second leg of the semifinal between Club América and Pachuca. This is the 70th meeting all time between these clubs in all competitions, and it is a very tight series all around. Only 5 wins separate these teams. Pachuca with 28 wins, Club América with 23 wins, and 18 draws between these clubs. Even the goal total and all the matches played between these teams, Club América leads 107-103. Not much has separated these teams throughout the years, and not much has separated these teams in CONCACAF Champions Cup success. Club América, the most successful team all time, with 7 trophy lifts here in this tournament, and Pachuca right behind them with 5 of their own. Now, Club América last won this tournament in 2016. It was part of their back-to-back in 15 and 16. They last made the final in 2021 where they lost to Monterrey, and that could be the opponent again in a month's time. Monterrey against Columbus tomorrow night in the second leg of the other semifinal, with Columbus leading 2-1 after the first leg. So Club América hoping to get back to a final once again. Now for Pachuca, on the other hand, last won this in 2017, the 5-time winners of this tournament. And their time in this tournament in 2017 was their last time before they made it this time. They went 5 straight tournaments from 2018 to 2022, Pachuca, between appearances in Champions Cup. So they're back in it for the first time since 2017 when they won it, and they're at the doorstep of a final once again. Now, these teams just wrapped up their domestic clausura phases. Pachuca finished in 7th place, so they will have to play in the play-in match in Liga MX. They will go up against Pumas in that matchup, and if they lose, they will go on to that dreaded match for the 8th seed just to stay in. Club América on the opposite end of the spectrum. They finished the clausura in 1st place in Liga MX. That's after they were 1st place in the Apertura and went on to win the title. So it is a terrific stretch of success right now for Club América, and they would like to punctuate it by making it to the final here in CONCACAF Champions Cup. I mentioned that the all-time series between these teams is rather down the middle. Over the last 5 years, since the start of the 2019 season, they've played 14 matches. They've won 5 each with 4 draws. It is right down the middle, and the aggregate score over the last 5 years is 22-21 in Club América's favor. These two teams have been step by step in different competitions, be it Liga MX, be it in this tournament, and it's one of these teams who's going to take that next step tonight into the 2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup final. Teams are set to take the pitch. We'll have lineups and kick in just a moment from Pachuca. Players are ready to go. You can sense the anticipation here in Pachuca. Club America and Pachuca in the second leg of this 2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup semifinal after a 1-1 draw in the first leg at Estadio Azteca. Now shifting over to Pachuca's home match. Remember, extra time and penalties could be in the offing tonight. That's only if we are at 1-1 through 90 minutes. Any other scoreline beside 1-1 would avoid extra time. Now let's meet the starting 11 for both of these clubs. Pachuca, once again with Carlos Moreno in goal. It's Micolta on that back line who scored the goal to make it 1-1 on the road. The midfield trio of Pedraza, Deossa, and Sanchez starts once again. And it's those two on the left side of your screen, Idrissi and Rondon, who have been terrific in this tournament. Idrissi coming off the left side has a goal and 5 assists. Rondon as the 9 has 7 goals and 1 assist. So combined, those two players, 8 goals and 6 assists in this tournament. Rondon pushing to be the Golden Boot winner. He leads by 2 goals against one of his opponents today. We'll get there in just a moment. And Drew Fisher, that was not the coin toss, he just dropped it. Now the official coin toss from our match official, Drew Fisher, who's the man in charge tonight with Michael Barwegian, Lié Arfa as your assistant referees, and Pierre-Luc Lancier as the 4th official. Captain's meeting for that coin toss was Henry Martin for Club America and Gustavo Cabral for Pachuca. And Vin Irisevic is in charge in the VAR room from the United States. Now time to meet the starting 11 for Pachuca. It's Malagon once again in goal. He's been their starter throughout this tournament. That back line anchored by Lichnowsky, who has been here, done that in the deep stages of this tournament before with Tigres and with Chivas. In that midfield, it's Zendejas, who is 2 goals behind Rondon for the Golden Boot lead. Zendejas scored the goal for Club America in the last round, and that dynamic duo up top once again of Henry Martin and Julian Quiñones combining for 6 goals and 4 assists here in this tournament. So those two up top, with Alex Zendejas playing underneath in the attacking midfield, have been a problem for opposing back lines for a Club America team that has really waltzed through this tournament for the most part. That first round, they were stunned in their opening match against Real Esteli, losing 2-1 on the road in Nicaragua. They won the second leg 2-0 to advance, but then it was 5-3 on aggregate against Chivas, 9-2 on aggregate against New England to set them up here. It's Club America in their cream from left to right. It is Pachuca in their white and blue from right to left. And we're underway from Estadio Hidalgo. Second leg of the 2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup semifinal between Pachuca and Club America. Happy to have you along for this one this evening. I'm Joe Malfa. 1-1 on aggregate after that first leg. Who will go through? We'll find out tomorrow whether it's Monterrey or Columbus. We'll find out tonight whether it's Pachuca or Club America. Gonzalez, Usama Idrissi switches all the way for Jorge Berlanga, who did not appear in this tournament until the last match, the first leg against Club America. Berlanga started, played 90 minutes. The 20-year-old getting a big start in a big spot here in this second leg. And the foul committed by Pachuca. Quiñones draws it going to ground. 26-year-old, originally from Colombia, to become a naturalized Mexican citizen, and has capped 3 times with the Mexican senior national team, debuting last fall with a goal. Near shooting territory for Club America, but an opportunity to whip in a dangerous ball. Flicked on, loose near the penalty spot, going for a goal, and it's saved by Moreno. The offside flag did come up, on Quiñones, but Moreno didn't know it at the time. Made the big save. Would not have counted anyway. Losing his footing there. Going down in a heap, injured. Is Lichnowsky, I believe. You can see the divot that he kicked up on the turf as he went down. Holding that left leg. Right there. His left foot just gave out. That is Sebastian Cáceres, excuse me, the other center back. Provides a break in the action here early on. After a quick start for Club América, having that opportunity was offside. Cáceres can hardly put any weight on that left leg. Appears to be in tears. That is not what you want to see. Just 3 minutes into the second leg of a decisive semifinal, and it looks like his day is already done. Wow, what a turn of events here. Non-contact, lost his footing on the playing surface. Leaves this semifinal with the help of the training staff and in tears. Cáceres, the 24-year-old, had started every match of this tournament. Played every minute for Uruguay in the World Cup qualifying segment of last fall. It'll be Ramon Juarez who replaces. Juarez certainly tested in his own right. Made 3 starts in this tournament. Made 13 appearances and 7 starts in the Clausura. The 22-year-old has been with Club América his entire career. Earned his first senior call-up for Mexico, Juarez, last October. Yet to make his debut, but in the mix. I wonder how that changes things, if at all, for Club América. Got a very capable center back in his own right, Juarez, but if he were to be the first choice, obviously he'd be the starter over Cáceres. Certainly a blow for Club América this early in the semifinal second leg. And another whistle to stop play here. Game has not found any sort of rhythm in the first 5 minutes. We've had injuries on both sides. Deossa coming in awkwardly on Deossa. Nothing dirty. Just an awkward coming together between the two midfielders. Foul was called. It'll just begin with a drop ball for Carlos Moreno. Making his 6th start of this tournament. Only 2 goals allowed and 3 clean sheets for Pachuca. It's flicked along toward Idrissi. Foot race, Idrissi barreling through. Lichnowsky got there at the last moment. Saw as he came off his line, Luis Malagon, the goalkeeper, almost lost his footing. So keep an eye on the playing surface. It's 6 minutes in, and we've seen the players on both sides having some trouble. One difference you will notice now with Juarez in there instead of Cáceres is that the center backs have switched spots. Lichnowsky was the left center back, now he's the right center back. Excuse me, flip that. Lichnowsky was the right center back, now he's your left center back, with the substitute Juarez coming on as your right center back. So already the chemistry changed on that back line for Club América, not only in the personnel but in the positioning. Unfortunate early injury to Cáceres. It slipped ahead for Zendejas. Alex Zendejas to that back post for Quiñones, who lost his footing. Continues to be an issue in the early going. There's no rain before the game. Just a typical watering of the pitch, and it is not in the best of condition for these players so far, it appears. Just hope it doesn't cost either side at an inopportune moment. Well, you could argue that's what that just was. Quiñones seemed to have a beat on it, as if he was going to rise up and make a play. Lost his footing. Club América coming into this one, wrapped up their Liga MX Clausura campaign in a good way. 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss to solidify first place. They ended up in first place over Cruz Azul by 2 points. So it was a tighter margin than it was in the Apertura, where they were 7 points better than Monterrey. They have a chance now as they get into the Clausura playoff to sweep the 2023-2024 calendar year in Liga MX. They were first place in the regular seasons of both the Apertura and Clausura. They went on to win the title in the playoff in the Apertura and have a chance to go 4 for 4, just finishing atop Liga MX in 23-24. They would love to add Concacaf Champions Cup trophy. Would be the 8th in their club history, on top of all their domestic success. Club América winners of this tournament. Last time in 2016, it slipped through for Quiñones and touched over the line for a corner. Vital intervention. Sliding effort from left wingback Julio Rodriguez, all the way back. First corner of the evening for Club América. Stoppage first from the referee, Drew Fisher. They have 2 big targets here. Julian Quiñones, Henry Martin. The in-swinger beyond Quiñones, lurking with Zendejas. Pinballing around in the clearance effort, and finally Moreno has it. Long roll out into space for Sanchez. Zendejas again slipping. It's Valdez. That is going to play a major factor in this one. You can already tell 10 minutes in. Just the footing for the players, at least in the first half. Might not be as big of a factor in the second half if these players go in and decide to pick different studs for their boots for the second 45. But at least for this first half, it's going to be a major factor. Typically, you won't see the home side slipping and sliding in this way because it's their home ground. They're used to it. They know which studs to pick out. We've even seen it from this Pachuca side. Almost as if it just caught both of these teams by surprise. How slick the surface is. Club América, much better finish to their season than Pachuca did. This Pachuca side going into their tie against Herediano in the quarterfinal were in 5th place and sitting in a really good position as the offside flag comes up here. But they were in a good position to avoid the play-in round of the Clausura playoff, but they slipped at the end. They ended up finishing 2 points behind Chivas, who just beat them in the 3rd to last match. So now Pachuca will have to go ahead and face Pumas on May 2nd in the 7 versus 8 matchup. If they win that, they're in. If they lose that, they will face the winner of Necaxa Querétaro in the next matchup. Play through here, and the goal for Pachuca! An awkward bounce through, capitalizing. It's Rodriguez. Deossa ahead at home. Similar to the first leg, the home side striking early in the first half It's an awkward bounce. It's well read down that right side by Rodriguez. Slow coming off his line, Malagon. And Rodriguez makes no mistake. The 21-year-old with his first career Champions Cup goal. He just debuted for Pachuca in June of last year, not even a full year into his first team career. That is his third goal wearing this badge and his first in Champions Cup. And it's Pachuca who have the early advantage. Just as I was saying, the end to their clausura was not as positive as they would hope it to be. Part of it may be the focus on Champions Cup. And now, perhaps, within touching distance of the final. Still a long way to go in this second leg. Zendejas. Now the only score that again will produce extra time is 1-1. Any other combination, and we'll know who's going through within 90 minutes tonight. See if Club América can return the favor. Rondon, the flag will stay down because Rodriguez was on his own side of halfway. Rodriguez again, cutting back. Rodriguez lays it off, it's blocked. Edge of the area, volley is in! Pachuca up 2-0! Club América are reeling right now. 2 goals in the span of a couple of minutes. It all started with Rondon at midfield. It was kept alive by Rodriguez, parried away by Malagon to the edge of the area, but nobody for Club América can clear. Deossa strikes it, it deflects in. Even without the deflection, it was beyond the keeper and going in. Deossa had beaten Malagon. Whether it was touched or not, that was going to be a goal. Deossa makes it 2-0 Pachuca. A 3-1 lead on aggregate. They have taken Club América by storm here at home in the first 15 minutes. Oh, that second goal means there will be no extra time or penalties tonight. Whatever the score combination is, we will be done in 90 minutes. Can Club América gain their composure now? That's the big question. Malagon dealing with the pressure, almost gave it away. A calm touch to get out of harm's way in that midfield. As Zendejas leads Valdez. Valdez not on the same page as Quiñones. The crowd, you see the home field advantage here for Pachuca at Estadio Hidalgo. It will be a free kick for Club América. And I point that out because if Pachuca wins, as long as Columbus comes through over Monterrey, it will be Pachuca who hosts the final. Technically not true. There is one scenario where Pachuca could visit Columbus, but that would be if Columbus beats Monterrey by 10 goals. Not happening. So for all intents and purposes, as it stands, Pachuca would be through, and Pachuca with this win would host Columbus in the final. If it's Monterrey, it's Pachuca visiting Monterrey no matter what. Curled in from the free kick, hit it away by Micolta. Cut off on that right side by Rondon, doing the dirty work defensively. That's the striker for Pachuca. The crowd loves it. He sends it long and almost bounces through. Remember, that whole attack for the second goal started with Rondon at midfield. Back to goal, good hold-up play, spotted the run of Rodriguez. He was in behind the defender, but he was on his own side of the halfway line. So he was in the clear. Over the head of Reyes and out of play. Deossa scored that second goal. Now launches it out toward midfield. The interesting part for Pachuca so far, it's none of the usual customers with the goals. Deossa gets his second of the tournament, but not a noted goal scorer for this club. And then Rodriguez with just his third career goal for Pachuca, first in this tournament. Help from other sources. Now it's Lichnowsky. And you can't help but wonder what sort of impact the injury to Cáceres had on Club America's poor start. Remember, the center back went down with a left leg injury 3 minutes in, had to be subbed off. And if you take a look at where the goals came from for Pachuca, they came right there in that left center back channel. Now Lichnowsky, the starting right center back, moved over. And Ramon Juarez, the substitute, came over to the right side. But Lichnowsky goes to his non-preferred side. He's a right center back by trade, moves over to the left side. And the whole back line is thrown out of whack. Now it's Zendejas. Plays it off. Throw that back post, flicked away. Settled, back through for Zendejas. Not reading that past Diego Valdez, and taking himself the other way. Up with the stern talking to from Drew Fisher. Another set piece for Club America. In free kicks or corners, they've had a handful of these already in the early going, have not been able to threaten the goalkeeper, Carlos Moreno. The only quote-unquote save Moreno has had to make was on a shot that didn't even count. The offside flag came up late. No official shots registered by Club America. 20 minutes in. Poor effort from the free kick. Easily sent away by Cabral. Club America have had 75% of the possession in the early going. But Pachuca with 4 shots, 3 on target, and 2 goals. A smash and grab effort on the counter by Pachuca sees them up 2-0 at home in this second leg and 3-1 on aggregate in the tie. Good to have you along this evening. Joe Malfa from Estadio Hidalgo in Pachuca. One of these two clubs will play on June 2nd in the final against either Monterrey or Columbus Crew. Columbus leads that tie 2-1, the second leg in Monterrey tomorrow night. Quiñones down for Zendejas. Takes it off the chest. Overlap is there for Reyes. It's still Zendejas. To the back post, a wide open. Martinez there to head it home. Club America battling back. If there's anybody on the field you cannot leave unmarked, it's Henry Martin. Zendejas places it perfectly. There's no defender within 10 yards of the most prolific goal scorer on this Club America side. It's the 101st goal of his tenure at Club America since 2018. Game on, 2-1. Whirlwind start to this match. Pachuca scoring in the 12th and 14th minutes. Club America in the 23rd. We won't see extra time tonight, but it's going to be a very eventful 90 minutes. Highly doubt 2-1 will be the final scoreline, not the way this game has started. Juarez continuing to control the tempo. Club America. Calling for it was again Martin. Claim of handball. Club America. Idrissi, back from Micolta. Zendejas. Valdez. Martin was calling for it. It slipped through up the left side instead. Moreno got a piece of it. And it caroms last off of Club America. Now for a goal kick. They have responded so well to going down 2-0. Right there, off the knee. First touch to bring it down by Sanchez. Idrissi slipping it through, gets it back. Idrissi cut off by Reyes. Well done defensively by Israel Reyes. He gives it away. Shot by Sanchez. Took a deflection. Malagon has it. A near nightmare for Club America. Powering through Deossa. It's Deossa deflected. Their attacks haven't been sustained, Pachuca, but they have attacked with venom on the counter when they've had their moments. Martin. Chested down for Hidalgo. It's Zendejas. Over the top again towards Zendejas, an acrobatic effort, and it's out of play. It's been a lively start to this match for Alex Zendejas, who scored the opening goal in the first leg. His assist to Henry Martin in this matchup is his second assist to go with 5 goals in this tournament. Zendejas, the 26-year-old, originally from the United States, had an option to represent Mexico or the United States on the international level. He chose the United States, made 7 appearances with a goal and an assist, and was a regular for the U.S. at this past year's Gold Cup. Reyes. Out to Zendejas. So much of the attack flows through him, but that touch, not his best of the evening. Hour mark here. Put back into play by Moreno. Nothing he could have really done about the goal by Martin in the 23rd minute. Wide open, unmarked. Total defensive breakdown for Pachuca on that concession. Captain Gustavo Cabral. Now Andres Micolta. Micolta waited a bit, almost turned it over. Struggling with the pressure of Club América, this Pachuca side. Micolta. Cabral. Cutting inside Berlanga. Free kick awarded to Pachuca. It bails them out. It might have been an odd man situation the other way in favor of Club América. Rondon has been a non-factor ever since he sprung the attack that led to the second goal. That was one of his few touches. The referee not allowing them to play quickly here. They have not gotten the ball much to Rondon. That's not a good thing. 7 goals in this tournament. You want to get the ball to him as much as possible. Idrissi serves up the free kick right into the hands of Malagon. Space for Calderon. Valdez. Calderon. Measured in the approach, Club America. Zendejas. Gets it to Reyes. Zendejas trying to spring Reyes, but it's a very heads-up play by Martin. Micota wasn't ready for it. It's a throw for Pachuca. Rondon again goes down. Second time in a couple of minutes he's been tackled harshly from behind, but this one clean in the eyes of the referee. 3-2 on aggregate in favor of Pachuca here in the second leg of the semifinal. We cannot have extra time or penalties tonight. It was 1-1 in the first leg. If it were to be tied now 2-2, it would be Club America through on the away goal. Rodriguez, who opened the scoring. Minutes to play in this first half. Deossa, Rondon, taking the space, it's Gonzalez for Idrissi. Osama Idrissi threads the needle, Gonzalez end line, and he earns a corner. How did Idrissi fit that through? The wizardry he's displayed on the ball in this tournament with 5 assists and moments like that, which don't show up on the stat sheet, but are equally as impressive. Rodriguez, the outswinger. As far as Berlanga, excuse me, that's Sanchez to his right. Eric Sanchez will let it out for a throw. Long throw toward Rondon, who was waiting to flick it on. Foul against Pachuca. We've yet to see any cards produced in this matchup, despite the physical play. Berlanga, the guilty party here, getting a fistful of the jersey of Martin. Still baffled at how open Henry Martin was on the goal. That is the striker of the year in Liga MX last year, the Golden Ball winner in Liga MX last year, a man with 100 goals for Club America. Martin, a man who has scored at the highest level for Mexico, has been dominant at times. The Golden Boot winner last year with 14 goals. Just totally unmarked. Complete breakdown from Pachuca. to let Club America back in after it was 2-0 early. To the end line, Rodriguez toiling and finding a way out of it. And swinger to Rondon. Try from distance from Deossa. Zendejas dummies it through wisely. Reyes, Zendejas. Slips it past Micolta, it's Martin, across again, a chance to tie, but it's over the bar. Henry Martin, the exact man you want in that scenario again for Club America. With a chance to tie the game, but put Club America ahead on aggregate because of the away goal. And it's over the bar. This tie hangs on a knife's edge now. At 2-0, it was a different story, and Pachuca had the security. Now all it will take is a goal from Club America to put them through to the final. And would put all the pressure back on Pachuca, needing to chase a goal. Calderon. Moreno clears with 5 to play in this half. Zendejas. It's been the genesis of every attack for Club America this evening. Dos Santos. It was Rodriguez and Deossa for Pachuca. It was Martin for Club America. Tallying up this 2-1 scoreline. Quiñones. Valdez. Diego Valdez nearly had his 4th assist of this tournament when he fed it through for Martin a moment ago. Valdez with 2 goals, 3 assists. 2-time Liga MX best 11. And 1-time attacking midfielder of the year. Juarez. Quiñones dropping very deep and lost it. Idrissi has some support through Sanchez. Idrissi plays it back post for Rondon, just out in front of him. Zendejas. Back for Dos Santos. It's really been one-sided in terms of the possession and the control. Stylistically, that's how Club América imposes its will on a game. Over the top to Quiñones. He settles Quiñones! The flag comes up for now. They will check it. If it were to be a goal, Club América would go ahead in the tie. Was he off? Oh, absolutely. He tried his best to protest in the end, Quiñones, but he had no ground to stand on. This should be a rather quick check. Drew Fisher does hold up the play, as is obligated, but now he blows the whistle. Play on. That just shows you that Club América can beat you in more ways than one. Just as I'm praising them for their possession and their methodical buildup, they go direct, and it nearly provides the moment. Here they go again. Martin. Zendejas lets it through. Played back the other way toward Martin and Valdez, right between them. It's Pachuca who comes away with it. Juarez. Three minutes of stoppage time here in this first half. A half that saw Cáceres subbed off 3 minutes in for Club América due to injury. A half that saw 3 combined goals in 11 minutes, 2 for Pachuca. And then Club América making it 2-1 after going down 2-0. It saw a near goal for Club América. The offside flag came up on Quiñones to cut the celebration short. Otherwise, it might have been 2-2. Zendejas. Reyes. Back for Zendejas. Flag stays down for now. Took a deflection through toward Martin. Punched away by Moreno. Colta, the free kick, out to Idrissi and given away. Flaring between these teams in the yellow card has come out of the pocket. It's Gustavo Cabral, the captain, who picks up the yellow for Pachuca. First yellow of the match. Closing seconds of this first half. Idrissi. Idrissi lost it to Martin. One last attack maybe for Club América. Idrissi helps win it back. And there's the whistle to end half number one. Try from midfield did go off the post, but the whistle had already blown. It's Pachuca 2, Club América 1. On aggregate, it's 3-2 in favor of Pachuca. There's 45 minutes remaining. It still hangs in the balance here in the second leg of this semifinal tie in the 2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup. Players and officials making their way back out onto the field to begin the second half of this second leg here in the 2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup semifinal between Pachuca and Club América. It was a dramatic first half. Saw 3 goals in the span of 10 minutes. The first 2 for Pachuca, and then Club América bringing it back to 2-1. On aggregate, it's 3-2. A goal for Club América would level things at 3-3, but put them through because of the away goal. It was 1-1 last week for Club América in their home leg. We cannot see extra time tonight. We will see somebody go through to the final in the next 45 minutes. Here in Estadio Hidalgo, Joe Malva with you for the action between Pachuca and Club América. It's Pachuca left to right in the blue, Club América right to left in the yellow. Our referee, Drew Fisher, sends us on our way in half number 2. 45 minutes from now, we will know half of the final on June 2nd. The other half will come tomorrow between Monterrey and Columbus. Zendejas quick on the attack in the second half. Play on, says Drew Fisher. No changes at the half for either team. Remember the one change in the first half for Club América, with Ramon Juarez coming on for the injured Sebastian Cáceres. Quiñones for Zendejas. Alex Zendejas with some nutmeg. Zendejas still going through. Zendejas almost found a way through all the traffic. Free kick for Pachuca. Yellow card for Jonathan Dos Santos, who went in awkwardly. Dos Santos, the 34-year-old now, had a terrific career going back to 2009. 15 years ago when he debuted for Barcelona. Spent the bulk of his career in Spain. After all the accolades and places he's gone in his career, this is the first ever time that Dos Santos has played in Champions Cup. He's played in Europa League and Champions League, 31 appearances between the two combined. And his time at Barcelona and Villarreal, this is his first Champions Cup endeavor. He's been with Club América since 2022. His 3rd year with the club. Taken short on the free kick. Try from distance here is saved. The rebound cleared away. Where did that come from? Nelson Deossa almost catching Luis Malagón off guard. Zendejas lays it off. Valdez for Quiñones. It's been a quiet night for Quiñones. He only had that one moment where he put the ball in the back of the net, but was about 5 yards offside. All the way back to Malagón. Dos Santos. Zendejas. Valdez is calling for it in a pocket of space in the middle of the number 10 for Club América. Hidalgo and Dos Santos go back with it instead. Calderon gets past Rodriguez, who lunged in. Calderon gets to it again, picks up his head, centers it. It's Quiñones, still Quiñones. Martin Calderon, and he earns a corner. Could have been worse for Pachuca. in-swinger. Headed away rather easily. Deossa, though, puts it straight up in the air and keeps it alive for Club América. Rondon comes away with it. Gathered again by Club América. They've done so well tonight, gathering those loose balls and retaining possession. Flicked up the wing cleverly by Zendejas. Reyes loses it there. Minutes into the second half. Club América needs only a goal to put themselves ahead on the tie, on the away goal tiebreaker. As it stands, Pachuca would be through to the final against either Monterrey or Columbus Crew, and it's the MLS side, Columbus Crew, who won the first leg 2-1. Pachuca have not been in this tournament since 2017 when they won the title. Excuse me, have not been this deep into the tournament since they won it in 2017. They made it last year. It was a poor showing. They were bounced early. Rondon in space. Rondon powering through and earning a corner. See that 5 in the trophy on the sleeve for Pachuca. Third most all-time with 5 titles in this tournament. 2002, 2007, 2008, 2010, and 2017. They're in third behind the all-time leader, Club América, with 7 trophies, bidding for an 8th. Idrissi works it back. Pachuca plays it through. It's Rondon. It's still loose and cleared. Oh, it sat there for Rondon, who lost his footing. They would love the insurance goal, Pachuca. As it stands, obviously it hangs in the balance. Right now they'd be through, but concede a goal, and they would be out. And now plenty of space here. Down this left side for Hidalgo with Quiñones. It's Hidalgo cutting in. Hidalgo going for goal. And Moreno keeping it out. Just like that, it could open up end to end. Pachuca could have made it 3-1 on the other end. Club América could have made it 2-2 on the other end. Now it's Pachuca this way again. Feels like it could be this way for the entirety of the second half. Hidalgo. Dos Santos splits it through for Diego Valdez. Reyes. Quiñones on the turn. Quiñones goes down. Martin keeps it alive. Hidalgo. Valdez. Israel Reyes scoops it forward. Valdez fell. Calderon looking for Quiñones. Cabral almost gave it away. Club América is not letting Pachuca out of their own end. Hidalgo. And Deossa finally alleviates the pressure. Sends Rondon on the run. Rondon pulling his way through. Rondon taken down. And Juarez will pick up a yellow. That's what Rondon is capable of. Just get it his way. big physical presence with 7 goals in this tournament. A career that has seen him traverse the globe. Started in Venezuela, then Spain, then Russia. Some time in the English Premier League with West Brom, and then Everton. Then moved on to River Plate in Argentina, and now Pachuca. And it's a substitution coming on the Pachuca side. Alan Bautista will replace the inaugural goal scorer of the evening, Emilio Rodriguez. Like for like change. Bautista with 2 goals in this tournament has 4 goals in the Clausura. Free kick played ahead. Cabral was lurking. Corner for Pachuca. That man will be pacing for the next 40 minutes. Jorge Almada, head coach of this Pachuca side. From the corner. Out for a goal kick. For Pachuca, it was not the finish to the Clausura they hoped for. Again, tumbling in the final couple of matches. Out of the top 6 into a play-in spot. They will host on May 2nd Pumas. If they win, they would be the number 7 seed and play Cruz Azul in this quarterfinal of the Clausura. If they lose, they will go to the next play-in matchup against either Necaxa or Querétaro. And if they are the 8th seed, they would play Club América once again in the quarterfinal of the Clausura. But Pachuca may be thinking bigger right now. Less than 40 minutes away from a spot in the Champions Cup final, a place they haven't been since 2017 when they won the whole thing. They were bounced early from the tournament last year, and that was after a 5-year drought of missing this tournament. Club América, on the other hand, back in this tournament for the first time themselves after missing it for 2 years in a row. Here's Valdez, cuts inside, goes down. Club América made the final in 2021, lost to Monterrey, missed the tournament the next 2 years. And now they're on the doorstep of the final. A goal would turn the tide in their favor. Scooped over the top for Quiñones. Cuts inside, Julian Quiñones. Defended well by Micolta. Martin. Rondon plays it through, looking for Deossa. Malagón stays on his line. Here's Deossa closing in. It's blocked by Juarez. One back by Pedraza. Pachuca throw. Substitution for Club América. Ramon Juarez will leave. Kevin Alvarez will come on. Also, Richard Sanchez will replace Jonathan Dos Santos. Sanchez, the 28-year-old from Paraguay, a dangerous, dangerous midfielder. Time in his career with River Plate and Olimpia before Club América. Has 16 goals for Club América with 24 assists in his career. Played through again. It's Sanchez. Eric Sanchez goes for a goal. Oh, he could have slipped in Bautista, who turns around and exchanges some words. Bautista would have been in free, the substitute, to maybe put it away and go back up 2 goals. All those moments matter now. Half an hour remains here in this second leg of the semifinal. We will have somebody through to the final in 90. We cannot go to extra time tonight. It was 1-1 in the first leg. That was the only scoreline that could have produced extra time tonight. Should Club América score and make it 2-2, they would have the leg up on the away goal tiebreaker. Monterrey and Columbus tomorrow night to decide the other half of the final. Here's a substitute, Alvarez. And your hosting scenarios for the final that are all still possible. If Monterrey is through, they will host no matter what. As it stands, Pachuca would guarantee hosting. A win over Club América would mean Pachuca hosts. Played toward the back post. Bautista will keep it in. Deflected. And just to clarify, a win from Pachuca would mean they host Columbus, pardon me. Monterrey will host no matter what if Monterrey makes the final. Yellow card is given here to Jorge Berlanga. So Monterrey will host the final if they get through no matter what. If Columbus gets through, Pachuca would host with a victory. That's as long as Columbus doesn't beat Monterrey by 10 goals. So mathematically, it's not clinched if Pachuca wins this game. But for all intents and purposes, Columbus is not beating Monterrey by 10 goals tomorrow night. The only way it seems that Columbus would be able to host now is, or excuse me, actually that's taken away. The only way that Columbus would have been able to host, well, still is possible if it's 2-2 Club América and they go through with a draw and Columbus beats Monterrey. That is the only way Columbus can still host the final. A draw in this match and then a win for Columbus over Monterrey on the road tomorrow night. Over the top from Quiñones. He finds Alvarez, who can't hold on to it. For Club América, if they win this game, which would mean scoring 2 goals obviously down the stretch here, they would host the final against Columbus. On the flip side, if this is a draw and Columbus gets through via a draw, the Club América would host. So those are all the different possibilities. Simply put, whoever comes through tonight is rooting for Columbus to draw tomorrow. That would be the cleanest way to ensure that either Pachuca or Club América, whoever comes out of this semifinal, would host the final. A Columbus draw against Monterrey. Zendejas picks it up. Hidalgo. Hidalgo switches. Brought down by Alvarez. Hidalgo. You're hearing the boos every time that Alvarez touches the ball for Club América. That's because he was formerly of Pachuca. From 2018 to 2023, Number 5 for Club América, Kevin Alvarez, called this place home. Now he's on the opposite side tonight. That's why every time down that right wing since he subbed on, he's touched the ball. You've heard the boos rain down. Richard Sanchez. Hidalgo. Out wide again for Alvarez. Crowd lets him hear it. Alvarez picks his head up and serves over the head of Quiñones. Long run to keep it in. Unable to do so. Christian Calderon. That half-hearted penalty shout for Club América. As Quiñones had some contact, not much. Switch from Hidalgo, brought down nicely by Alvarez. And Alvarez commits the foul. Possession is 71-29 in Club América's favor. They've dominated that category, but despite all that possession, they're being severely outshot, 13-4, and then 6-2 in shots on target. Pachuca have tripled the shots and tripled the shots on target with a quarter of the possession. Been direct, and here they go again. Out of reach for Rondon. And now some fresh legs for Pachuca. That'll be all for Osama Idrissi and for Eric Sanchez. Elias Montiel, the 18-year-old, will replace Sanchez. That's a lot of trust in the teenager who just debuted last June. This is only his 27th career appearance for Pachuca. It's his 6th appearance here in Champions Cup. Also, Jesus Hernandez comes on. Hernandez, another one, 22-year-old who hasn't seen a ton of time in his career with the Pachuca first team. Only his 48th career appearance at 22 years old. So a lot of youth just brought on now for Pachuca in a big moment. On the opposite side, it's Brian Rodriguez who comes on for Club América to help pack an attacking punch as they search for this goal. Here's Hernandez. Well done by Pachuca to win the throw-in down near the corner flag. Long throw flicked on. Gathered by Malagon. was Christian Calderon who came off, replaced by Brian Rodriguez, the 23-year-old from Uruguay, in his third year now with Club América. It's an interesting decision by Club América to make that one change there with 20 minutes to go. As Alvarez plays Valdez. Come back to that point in a second. Sanchez, Hidalgo. Played ahead, opportunity brewing here for Club América. It's cleared by Pachuca. Not out of harm's way yet. Finally, get it clear. Bautista. Jesus Hernandez gets around his man. Hernandez taken down. Lichnowsky shown a yellow. Free kick on the way. This is a terrific spot on the free kick to maybe put this tie to bed. Go back up 2 goals. Deossa stands over it with his left foot. From this area of the field, it would favor a left-footed strike over a right-footed strike. It's Deossa for that far post, and it's wide. He was hoping that would be the moment. So we also saw Salvador Reyes come on for Alex Zendejas. So with 20 minutes to go, as I was starting to say before, all 5 subs have been used for Club América. It's very aggressive from Andre Jardin, the head coach. Look, there's no tomorrow. They need to score. If they don't score, their hopes at the final are gone. But with 20 minutes remaining, you leave yourself very vulnerable here for Club América. If anybody picks up a knock or anything, playing down a man the rest of the way. But that's the unfortunate predicament they were put in Club América because of that first half sub they had to make, remember, taking off the injured Cáceres. They made another change earlier in the second half, so they only had 1 substitution window left. So if you're sitting there wanting to make a change, you might as well make 2 swaps so you don't waste a sub entirely. That's why Salvador Reyes came on for Alex Zendejas as well. So all 5 subs have been used by Club América. 3 changes have been made by Pachuca. They only have 1 substitution window remaining themselves, Pachuca. So if they make a switch, it may well be a double change as well, just like Club América did. Colta off, Sergio Barreto on. Well, it's just the 1 change there for Pachuca. It's their 4th of the match, but their 3rd substitution window. So with 16 minutes plus stoppage time remaining, neither side can make any more substitutions. The players out there are the players who will finish this. 2-1 lead for Pachuca, 3-2 on aggregate. A spot in the final is 15 minutes plus stoppage time away for one of these two teams. For now, it would be Pachuca. A goal would turn that Club America's way on the away goals tiebreaker. Quiñones picks his head up, goes forward, it's Valdez flicking it wide. Yellow cards to keep in mind. Cabral and Berlanga for Pachuca. Lichnowsky for Club America. Cabral. Sergio Barreto just came on. Batista. Brian Gonzalez. Rondon settles. Rondon for Berlanga. Played across the header, a save by Malagon. Robs Jesus Hernandez. And now Club America on the counter. Brian Rodriguez. Hidalgo. Pachuca clears. Lichnowsky. In behind for Quiñones. Flag stays down for now. Quiñones plays it through. It's touched over the bar. And now the offside flag comes up late on Quiñones for that initial ball in. Slip through for Rondon. Across for Hernandez. Jesus Hernandez working past Alvarez. Try from distance here. Malagon almost has trouble with it. From that distance, Deossa, nobody would have thought, maybe except for himself, that he would produce that goal. Malagon almost surprised. Would have been disaster for Malagon. And Club America, they play on with a one-goal difference. Pachuca had a bye into the round of 16. 0-0 draw at Philadelphia, followed by a 6-0 win at home. In the next round, they dominated at Ediano 5-0 on the road, and then got through and slipped through on the turn. It's Martin. Martin fighting his way through. Valdez touches it wide. Try from the edge of the area here is blocked. Salvador Reyes with the effort. minutes remaining. At a moment where you would think this Pachuca crowd would be waiting with bated breath, hearts and throats, they are singing the loudest they've been all night long. Alvarez puts it through. América would love to silence those voices with a goal. Hidalgo flicked along. Martin on the turn. Martin goes down. Quiñones now. It's Martin who's called for the foul. Picture tells the whole story. Unhappy with it on the Club América bench. Off of Quiñones' head. It's played back his way from Valdez. Quiñones fronted by Barreto. Still Quiñones, a long looping run with the ball. Quiñones lost it now. Remember, both teams are out of substitutions. Bautista. Montiel. Montiel still with it. Lays it off for Deossa. Out wide, Gonzalez. Still Gonzalez going for a goal. Gonzalez keeps it alive. Deossa knocks it down. Again, it's Deossa. Well, Pachuca might want another goal to breathe easier. They have to make sure they're not caught out in transition. Benelanga commits the foul. It's played quickly. Quiñones. Sanchez. Played back through towards Sanchez. Remember, Berlanga's already on a yellow. That foul he made in transition, thought it would be a second yellow. But as Club América played quickly, advantage was given to them. I wonder if they would have stopped, if they would have halted it. If Drew Fisher would have immediately gone to give that second yellow. Rondon flicks it along. Hernandez almost comes through with it. Alvarez. Reyes. Hidalgo. Alvarez brings it down for Quiñones. Muscled off the ball by Barreto. Alvarez fighting to win it back. Alvarez does win it back. Kevin Alvarez picks his head up. It's Valdez slipping it through. It's off the referee. He'll halt play. Martin flicks it along. He was taken down. This is a free kick in a promising area now for Club América. It'll be a yellow card for Pedraza. He is not one of the players previously on a yellow. promising for Club América. It's within striking distance. Brian Rodriguez and Diego Valdez conspiring over it. 5 men standing in the wall, 1 laying down. Into the 86th minute of the second leg of this semifinal. A goal for Club América would tie the evening and tie the aggregate, but put them through on the away goals tiebreaker. It's Rodriguez into the wall. Rodriguez clips it back through. Valdez was hesitating. Spins back for Rodriguez. Brian Rodriguez gets his man to leave his feet, but recovering well was Elias Montiel, the 18-year-old. Valdez back through for Hidalgo. It slips to the edge of the area. Sanchez goes down. Pachuca wants to run. Rondon plays it ahead. Into space now to maybe put it away was Gonzalez. He gave it up. It's back to Gonzalez. That could have been better word for Pachuca. And maybe should have given them an opportunity to put this to bed. Barreto now. Minutes plus stoppage time. All that remains. Rodriguez almost came away with it. Trying to orchestrate a tying and essentially winning goal for Club América. A goal would tie it on the night 2-2. It would tie it on aggregate 3-3, but it would win it in the tie. And that away goals tiebreaker for Club América. Hidalgo. Wide for Reyes. Back to Hidalgo. Martin off the chest. It lands for Alvarez. It's out for a corner in the 89th minute. Valdez will take it. Valdez, the outswinger, flicked along by Berlanga. They survived the set piece, Pachuca. Hidalgo, have to figure stoppage time is somewhere around 4 or 5 minutes. Hidalgo looking for Quiñones. Advantage played. Deossa striding ahead. Deossa still with it. Deossa to the heart of Club América goes down. It's a red card. As soon as Lichnowsky gets to his feet, Israel Reyes. Club América is going down a man. Straight red for denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Reyes is off without much of an argument. What a run from Deossa. Picked it up in his own half. Split through 4 defenders, and no doubt about it. Watch Reyes take him out from behind, right there. Just as Deossa was ready to burst through. to the referee. Reyes is off. Down to 10 men. And down a goal, Club America. At this juncture, it shouldn't matter too much being down a man. I'm just going to have to commit everything forward anyway. That's if they survive this free kick. 6 minutes of extra time. Rondon stands over the free kick. He'd be the most likely to strike it with 7 goals in this tournament. Rondon over the bar. Five and a half minutes. Flicked along. Martin almost in behind. He's taken down. Club America wanted a penalty. Waved off emphatically by Drew Fisher. Will there be a second look in the VAR room at that one? Now it's Deossa the other way. Drop back from Montiel. A minute in the stoppage time. Rondon. Montiel. Deossa. Here's Quiñones. Quiñones taken down. And it's a yellow card for Gonzalez. Four minutes of added time remaining. Richard Sanchez, the free kick. Pachuca holds. Alvarez. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Malagon. It's Malagon. Deossa for Rondon. Salomon Rondon eases it into the attacking half. Rondon. Rodriguez looking in front. Darting Jesus Hernandez. Quiñones gets there, has support. Quiñones still looking in behind for Martin. Halfway through stoppage time. Club America fans are on edge now as they remember how to tie shoes and waste time in the process. Drew Fisher trying to hurry him along. Remember to double knot it and move on. See if any more time is added for that. Killed almost a minute. As it stands, 2 minutes remaining. Batista lost it. Driven long toward Martin. Quiñones almost slipped in behind. Moreno collapses back on top of it. called foolish from Club America. Will allow Pachuca to take even more time off the clock now. Go quickly instead. A minute remaining of the 6 that were given. Is there one last dangerous moment for Club America? Everybody's got to go forward now. Brian Rodriguez. He ricochets out for a corner. Luis Malagon, the goalkeeper, comes up as well. A glance at the watch from the head coach, André Jardine, shows him there's not much, if any, time remaining. Have to have it now. A goal would put Club America into the final. Valdez delivers. Rondon trying to get there with the open net at the one end. Alvarez floats it long, headed away. 6 minutes come and gone. Remember, there may be some additional time for the stoppages within stoppage time. Could be up to another minute remaining if Drew Fisher allows. The crowd wants the whistle. Launched forward by Club America. Desperation time. They have numbers. Montiel wisely waits on it. Montiel takes it toward the corner. Pachuca will play for the trophy in the 2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup. They scored 2 goals early. It's Deossa's in the 14th minute that will hold up as the winner. All 3 goals confined to an 11-minute period, and they held on the rest of the way. The 5-time champions who won it last in 2017 will have a chance to lift the trophy again in 2024.
Bienvenido Nelson Deossa del Club Pachuca. Nelson, felicidades por ser el jugador del partido y felicidades porque se consigue el boleto para la gran final. ¿Cuál crees que fue el éxito para esta victoria?
Hola, buenas noches. No, primero que todo, la gloria y la honra al que se lo merece, al Rey de Reyes, Dios, que nos dio la oportunidad hoy de